Hello and welcome. I'm Scott Dennis.
And I'm Haley Wilkes. Thank you for joining us. It was a shock to many when Sanka president Paul Blackadder suddenly resigned. This comes less than a month after the park's COO Nicole Rissler resigned.
ABC 7's Dwayne Lindo is live at Nathan Benderson Park and finds out what Blackadder's resignation means for that facility. Dwayne?
Well, Haley and Scott, the resignation of Blackadder came to a surprise to many in the rowing community. It also came to a surprise to a former Sanka employee. He is quick to point out that although Blackadder is resigning, the World Rowing Championship will go on without a hitch. Former Sanka employee John Krotek had a lot of responsibility as a volunteer coordinator.
Paul and I spent a lot of time in the trenches talking to homeowner associations.
He worked side by side with the top guy that was helping to run the World Rowing Championship next year. He says Blackadder was a huge part of the organization.
Paul certainly did his job. Paul had a tough job to do. He traveled the globe, and he did a lot. I know his heart and soul was in that project.
And although his heart was in the project, Krotek says the timing of his resignation wasn't good, but says now is not the time to panic.
I think it's a time for us to actually pull together. We still have a project to build, and the community or the park, Sanka, is going to need all the support that it can get.
The resignation also came as a surprise to Sanka board president Bill Robinson. He says although Blackadder is leaving towards the end of the year, it will not have a negative effect in private fundraising efforts.
And the ability for us to have Paul with us for 5 months while we search for a new executive is an asset.
Krotek agrees, also saying the fundraising arm, which secured more than $5 million for a finish tower, is competent to get the job done.
I know that there's been a lot of controversy with that, and naturally so whenever you're dealing with the amount of money that needs to come in to complete the park. But I do believe that you've got some competent people there that can make it happen.
And as mentioned earlier, Sanka board president Bill Robinson says the $5 million finish line tower, which was stalled for a few months, is now funded and underway and will be completed by December of this year. Haley, Scott, back to you.